Well, hello and welcome to my podcast. This is CINEMIN, the podcast for the fans of the Criterion Collection, international films, art films, and of course American classics. Please enjoy my channel. Hello and welcome, I'm Daniel Nobre. This is CINEMIN. We're gonna be talking about a French classic, a cinema's masterpiece, directed by Jacques Tati in 1967. This is PlayTime. Also available in the complete Jacques Tati collection, because this print right here of the Blu-ray itself is no longer available. So you're gonna find in the complete Jacques Tati collection. Okay, so stick around and watch this clip for the movie, and we're gonna be talking about the movie in a bit. This is one of my favorite films ever, and it is hard to choose a favorite film. I have so many. Anyways, just again, this is the edition from the Criterion Collection for the single edition for PlayTime. Came out in 2008. This edition right here. So Blu-ray. One of the first, when Criterion started putting out the Blu-rays, this is one of the first films that came about, okay? I believe it was in the fourth round of Blu-rays, something like that. And comes an insert right here, informative, by Jonathan Rosenbaum. He talks about all Tati films. Okay, not only PlayTime. I was thinking it was more concentrated in PlayTime, but he talks about in general Tati's work and all that. Worth it, definitely worth it. This is high definition transfer. Video introduction by director, performer, writer Terry Jones, late Terry Jones. He just passed away this year, at the beginning 2020. Selected scene commentary by film historian Philip Kemp is very. I wish he did the entire commentary on the film, but the scenes that he makes the commentary I like very much. I learn a lot with him. There is a short documentary about the making of this film. Very expensive production. The most expensive French film probably ever made. They never came to a conclusion how much the movie cost, so we don't know exactly how much it cost, but it was unfortunately a commercial failure when it came about in 1967. And part of that is the fact that, well, there's several things. That's the way that Tati, for instance, he insisted in the 7mm format and with the stereophonic sounds, because he did that way and he went that way. The only limited theaters had that capability, so he should make like a copy in the 35mm for most theaters to show the film in a probably different version, but he refused to do that. So that was costly, expensive, and the audiences did not respond. Another factor that some say that was also the fact that his character, Monsieur Hulot, does not appear that much in the film, like in Mon Oncle or in Monsieur Hulot's Holiday, that he's, of course, the main character in those films. There is an interview when Tati from the US debuted of PlayTime in 1972 and the San Francisco International Film Festival. A video interview with script supervisor Sylvette Boudreau. All features enhances this experience watching this film. So I must say that. I'm gonna leave the film right here. As I said before, the movie was very expensive. Several reasons. One of the reasons, because he built the city that we look in the movie. He really actually built the city, and that process was costly. They call Tativille, like a kind of mini Disneyland or Disney World, if you will. Put it together just to shoot the film. So all the buildings you see in there, everything was really constructed and functional. You should have one elevator in there that was very functional. The idea initially that Tati had for the film was this: after everything was set up and done with the film, he could rent the place like a amusement park and things like that. But never took place, that idea. Never. And I think that way also he was trying to get some money back, because at the end of the film he went completely bankrupt. The restaurant scene, one of the most important scenes on the film, took 45 minutes. I mean, takes on the film, 45 minutes. It's hilarious, but I love the film. I'm suspicious to say, I really love this film. More I watch, more I want to see again, just because there's so much going on in the film. And I think that also could be another factor that people in 67 did not get it. I think they did not get the joke in there. Another thing that he uses is that he's criticizing modernity. He shows that they got gadgets, that everything in a modern time. You see glimpses of the old Paris as reflections. In my opinion, he used that to reflect that the past is gone. Because there's one scene, you don't see the Eiffel Tower, and two, you see the reflex of the Eiffel Tower. Everything is reflexes. Especially the main attractions in Paris, then they have the Basilica of Sacre-Couer, and it's the same thing. You see a reflection, you don't see the church. I think he does that in purpose. It is in purpose, because he wants that we evaluate and look back, like the past is something that you don't care. You care about modernity. At least the characters on the film do that way. I don't, but the characters in the film do that way. And I think Tati also was criticizing that modernity can lead to alienation. I think it's the main thing in the film is there. Now he uses everything so smart. The use of the sound. The editing process of the film took 9 months, because he insert all the sounds and he made doubling the voices again to enhance the effect, the special effects by sound. Is a lot of achievements in there. The color has, he decided to make the movie in color. I just can see the movie in color, not in black and white. There's a typical movie that looks amazingly well done because it is in color. It is in color, it has to be in color. Couldn't be in black and white, this one. That's, on my view, for sure. And he employs the color also to make gags in a certain way. He's so smart. For me, it's just, the work that he took to make this film, I wonder only. And then got the movie made, lost all his money, but the achievement, in my opinion, is the fact that he put it together, the movie. The movie is there, is here, right? Because the movie will last forever. So we're gonna watch it over and over again, at least I do. And I can't get enough admiration for the director, tour de force, to get this thing completely. And completed the way that he intended, with no interruptions. That's even more. It's hard to get, because usually there's productions and the producers that put in the money on the film. In the case, he put in all his money. So, giving their opinions and change, especially here in US, changing the movie constantly, being to accommodate a more, looking more at the market value of the motion pictures, not looking necessarily for the art. Especially with this today, people in command of big studios and all that. I mean, there is exceptions. I believe the independent filmmakers have some liberty to do just like Tati did his own movie, the way that he intended to be, with no interruptions. And then the final product that Tati achieved, after all the problems that he had during the production, is the movie itself. You know, the movie surpasses the difficulties, so is mesmerizing. You know, for me it was worth it, all his sacrifice. And I think as a filmmaker, and looking the way that he probably thought the same, even though it was very painful for him. He lost a lot of money. He went bankrupt and lost his house. A lot of it was a quiet loss for him. Anyways, the movie and the between other things, I like very much one of the final scenes in the film when you see the cars going around the circle. I believe you saw that in the clip, and that's the kind of invitation that he does for us. He invites us to look at that and see we all technology, all modernity in 1967. You gotta look at the movie with the eyes of 1967's viewer. We are leading nowhere. And that's intriguing because even with today's technology, sometimes we feel that way too. It's too much going on. We have internet, you have all that, but sometimes you just feel like you're going nowhere. And that thinking is kind of upsetting in a certain way. That's why I think in the movie the people left with that feeling too in 1967, even knowing that it was a comedy. I don't know, for me, again, is wonderful. I can't get enough. I just love this film. I hope you do too. Okay, I guess this is it for this review. Of course, please, if you like this, if you put your like, I truly appreciate. Subscribe to the channel. CINEMIN is there to talk about important films, and we're gonna do different analysis as time comes along. Okay? Thanks for watching. I'm Daniel Nobre.